Yeah, once again, welcome to this new week. So, this is Sunday, 9th of July, and we're going to be having a weekly outlook. For those who watch the weekly outlook of last week, I saw you actually saw what we analyzed as it actually went as played as per our analysis. Yeah, so if you didn't watch the weekly outlook for last week, you can go back trying to watch again. You will notice what we actually analyzed that of what's happened on US30 and on gold. Right. So this week, as I said, I'm always looking at three pairs. I have US30, which is an index. I have commodity gold, and I have one currency GBPJPY. Those are my three pairs I trade. So for today's weekly analysis, we start with US30. So looking at US30 from a daily perspective. So firstly, you analyze, you look at your trend, you look from the trend here. We are currently ranging in this market, right? We've been ranging on this zone. The whole of this zone, the market has been ranging, right? So we are just trading within this zone, right? So So last week, what I saw was the market pulled up here, came down, went back, like, went to the upside, formed kind of like you see an M pattern was formed. So last week, my prediction was that if the market gets to break this red level you see here, right, they will move into the upside, right. And if it gets to, it fails to break this level, we see significant red patterns like what we saw last year, in June. Sorry, if we see something like this, then we are going to the downside back to this level and possibly back to this level. And finally, that was what played out. We had our trend line here, we had a break of the trend line, a retest, and boom. Now we are currently at this support level. Now, what we'll be looking out for this week is for price to break out of this support level, which is what is likely to happen, right? For price to break out of this level, then we have broken structure actually because this is our recent low, right? This is our recent low. But this low failed to create a high here, right? Showing that now this is a kind of a reversal pattern. We have a double top formation here. So possibly price might now break out of here. Come here now, we see a retest now. We see price heading to the downside. This is a possible swing trade. The way I trade US30 mostly, the best way to trade this is a swing trade, right? You look for your position and you hold it for a very long period of time, possibly 2 days, 2 to 3 days, or a week. And you see from year to year, it's about 700 pips. If you are to hold this from year to year, you are looking close to 800 to 1000 pips. And that is the best way to trade US30. Once you have the move, the direction, you just hold it and you wait. Right, that is that for US30, and that is what I'm looking at for US30. So going to the 4 hours, you will notice on the 4 hours, what do we have on the 4 hours? So on the 4 hours or US30, yes, as I said, waiting for this level to be taken out. If this level gets taken out, as I said, we are heading down here. So a breakout, a retest to this side, then actually this level we'll be looking at having a major kind of a support here. If it gets taken out, you retest again, then boom. So my target for US30 for this week, I'm looking at 32,700. 32,700. But if this level gets to hold, then we might be heading back to the upside, but there's a possibility of the market going to the downside rather. Right, so that's that for US30. What you see on my chart here is um period separator. So let me remove the period separator that disturbs some of you. Yeah, so that is that for US30, right? So looking at gold on the other hand, yes, looking at the dive on the daily time frame. So yeah, that was what I said on gold. I said we were somewhere, I think here last week. I was expecting gold to either to move to the upside, or but I was more of bearish. If you remember from my last video, I said I'm bearish on gold, right? I'm very bearish on gold, and my target is that gold is going to reach 1800 very soon. I'm still very bearish on gold, so I was expecting price to come to the downside, which it came. Now we've gone back to the upside again. We are currently at 1825, right? Yeah. So what now? What I'm looking out for on the daily time frame, if I try to open it on gold, what I'm looking out for, we are currently testing what this trend line, right? Currently on this trend line, and we're currently what at the psychological level at 1930, and we have a rejection there again, right? So my bias is that I'm still waiting to see a move to the downside, right? But I'll be looking for entries within these zones. right? This key zone. So if price pushes to 1930 again, then price fails to break to the upside. So what we'll be looking out for, if price fails to break to the upside somewhere here, then we'll get our if price is breaking to the upside, then we'll be expecting to get a sell from there now to the downside, right? But if that doesn't happen, we get that rejection, then we'll get a clear possibly on the lower time frame. We'll be looking for what, we're looking for candlesticks confirmation. So right, so we'll be looking for candlesticks confirmation, which is we have started to have those confirmations already. By looking at it, we are what at a clear we are at a clear resistance zone here right now, right? We're already seeing rejections, right? So we are waiting to see a very good engulfing candle here back to the downside, and then we will be getting our shots on gold. So our target on gold, we're looking at for gold to reach maybe 1900 again, back to 1900, right? Possibly back to 1900, what we're looking at for gold to reach out. Yeah, but if we get a breakout here, and then we'll be looking at taking a sell from this side. Remember, I'm more bearish, so I'll be looking for sales on gold, right? We'll be looking at taking a sell to the downside here on gold. So you just wait to see how candles are going to play out here, get more confirmations, then you take your sell to the downside. As you see, we already have rejections playing out here. We need very good bearish pressure to come to tell us that yes, we are going to the downside. You might start looking for that on the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, you can see that already happening, right? You can see that already happening. So what I advise is wait for a push the upside, wait for a little push the upside, and then boom, we'll get our turn out to 1900. Yeah, around 1900, we'll be looking out to get sales on gold. So that is that for gold. Yeah, pretty easy on gold. Looking at this level, a break out of this level, and then we'll be looking at this, targeting this level to get ourselves there. Right, we are still very bearish. For us to turn bullish on gold, let me just chip this in. To turn bullish on gold, then I'll be expecting for this all this level to be taken out, all of this level. So that would mean I'll have to go to the daily time frame for me to change my bias. I have to go to the daily time frame. Then I'll be expecting all this level to be taken out and this level to be taken out. So what I'm saying is to be turn bullish on gold because you're on kind of a bearish structure right now. So this level needs to be taken out like this. And then that's only when I will say I'm bullish on gold. But right now I'm still very bearish. Waiting for any put down to the upside, you shoot to the downside. But my overall target on gold is 1800. Yeah, keep that in mind. So we now move to GBPJPY. So on GBPJPY, what I'm looking out for on GBPJPY is going to be daily time frame. As I said, I had a target last week for GBPJPY to move. I had a target on GBPJPY. So looking at the daily time frame, yeah, we are still very bullish on GJ, but on the daily time frame, we are already seeing significant bearish pressure setting in the market, right? So what we are expecting now is we have kind of having a breakout of this our trend line we are having here, right? So let's see if we have this a close of the daily time frame. Let's have a close below here, then a retest here, and then we will be heading now to the downside, and then we know our bearish pattern is confirmed. Right now we are still very bullish, so we need significant bearish pressure to set in. Yeah, we've started having that bearish pressure already. It's showing, this tells us already that yeah, GG is about heading to the downside. So let's wait and see how a breakout of here, then we'll be targeting what's the next level we'll be targeting. um what the next level we'll be targeting? We'll be targeting what, this level here. This is the next support level we can be targeting. So breakout of there, heading breakout of this level, and then we are heading to the downside. So yeah, still bearish, but if we don't get that, then our raw target is, as you remember, to the upside here, right? So going intraday, going intraday, let me refresh the chart. What will you notice here? We've kind of forming this channel here, right? We break out of the channel and we are getting this zone. That's what I said. So remember I said the daily time frame, right? So we need a breakout of here, a breakout here, a retest, then this is the next zone we'll be looking out for to hold. So a breakout of this zone, a retest again, then we'll move to the downside. That is as simple as that on GG. So that's what I'll be looking out for GG. I've shared my bias on all the move, and that's what you guys should be looking out for. So rewatch this, ask me questions if you have, and also ask questions with regard to what I shared last week. Yeah. So from next week I'll be adding fundamentals bias as well. but let's go with the technicals for now. So this is what I'm looking out for this week. Yeah, thank you guys.